What is going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast, your weekly podcast about all your favorite sports topics and events. Yeah, I've been fucking that up. I didn't notice that. I've been skipping that part.
Really?
Yeah. I called it last episode. But I got it back.
Do I got to put that in trash bin?
Nah, you got to do that. I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, along with my co-host, Edward Jesse. Yeah, you got to stop with the pauses, man. Just get it in there.
Hey, man. That's my dramatic effect.
Okay.
I got to enter the room style and profile.
All right, Rick.
Silent profile. Right. Long pause.
That's what I do. What do you do?
God damn. And I hear a third voice in the room. We have a special guest in the building from the Trap Nerd podcast, Mr. Xavier Lee, a.k.a. X from the dark web.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on, man? How you?
Man, I'm good.
Yeah, glad to have you on the show. Glad you stopped by. Appreciate you.
It's overdue.
Yeah, man. Still got to get Layson and CJ on. I have Marv on, and then Josh, too.
Yeah.
I still got to get them brothers on, too. But
Josh, he's a sports writer.
Right. I got to catch him one of these days. Mm-hmm. But yeah, glad you was able to make it through, man. We're going to have a good episode today. So before we get going at the show officially, X, I want to give you a minute to talk your fanhood. So let the listeners out there know your favorite teams, sports, players,
NFL, Packers.
Okay.
All day. Aaron Rodgers, the GOAT. Don't disrespect him on ESPN no more. Talking about he's overrated. I'll fight everybody up there.
I'll fight everybody up there.
Everybody up there. NBA. Brooklyn Nets. I've been down since New Jersey. We finally came.
That's
up.
A fact.
We played ourselves and traded for Paul Pierce and old ass Kevin Garnett and gave him all these draft picks. And we suffered for 10 long years. Now we got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I can't lie. He's the only person I knew that liked them.
Yeah, for like since I remember, legit Nets fan since the New Jersey days.
I almost switched when they actually made them trades too. I was like, you know what, the Rockets ain't doing shit. They got fucking Luis Scola as their best player. Fuck this shit. I'm about to dip.
You would have played yourself.
Then they traded for James Harden. It was that off season. I was like,
We made that. Sorry.
Let me see what happens. First game, we dropped 45. Oh yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I was like, never mind.
Sports, I watch baseball, but only to the playoffs. Only when the playoffs start. I like the Red Sox. Hockey, I like the Minnesota Wild. I don't watch no soccer. That's it. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. I like it.
Favorite players? I don't really got. Football is Aaron Rodgers. Everything else is just like I just respect everybody. Like basketball, I don't really got a favorite player no more. It used to be Vince Carter. Now it's just like I guess LeBron James. That's who I watch the most. But now it's about to be Kevin Durant because he's on Brooklyn. So that's
not Kyrie. You get Kyrie for a full year before him.
Nah.
Damn.
Yo, I respect Kyrie, but like Kevin Durant, different animal.
I mean, full facts. But you ain't gonna be able to watch him until like 2020.
Maybe they're talking about he could come back the middle of next season.
Nah, he ain't gonna come back.
Who, Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I want to rush that one. You see
I
what happened?
Rush it either, but shit. Towards the end of the season, if we looking good and the doctor clears him, come play, bro. We could win. We could win the East with you. Like, we're stacked. People really don't understand how stacked Brooklyn is. We got Karis LeVert, baller. Spencer Dinwiddie, baller. What's his name? The skinny ass center, Josh Allen, baller. Like
DeAndre Jordan, and now you throw in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. We got a little squad, and we got the shooter. What's his name?
Joe Harris.
Joe Harris.
Yeah, I fucks with Harris.
We got a nice little squad.
He reminded me of JJ.
I think even without Kevin Durant, we'll be. I mean, we could potentially be like a top 4 seed in the East, but the East is more stacked than people give it credit for. Just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, a lot of people be disrespecting the East
because the East is trash.
I ain't gonna mention no names
because the East is trash.
I'm trying to tell people
after the elite top teams in the East, it does fall off, but it doesn't fall. The only thing is in the West, the fall off is not as drastic after the top teams as it is in the East, and that's why people disrespect the East.
Yeah, the East is only trash because the West exists.
Nah,
if the East was the NBA, they wouldn't be trash. They'd be like, all right, half of these teams is good, half of these teams is But like in the West, it's like 2/3 of these teams is good, and then like a fourth of them is like, and then the rest is like.
The West is definitely deeper. It's definitely deeper
Right.
from top to bottom, but that don't make the East trash.
It
Like
does.
the East
It
is
does
just top
make the East
heavy.
trash.
Right.
I mean,
East is
so you
top
put
heavy.
any top contender from the East against a top contender against the West, that's going to be a very good series.
Right. All right. What about the middle of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The West is
Then
deeper.
then the East is trash.
No.
The West is just deeper.
Right.
So if it's a 15 versus 15, East versus West, who's gonna win?
So the top 16 teams in the NBA, you talking about, right?
Wait, you said
Yeah.
if it was the top teams.
Yeah. If you took 15 teams from the East versus 15 teams from the West,
Who comes out on top?
yeah,
Like
who's gonna
also-
come out?
The
Who's
top heavy teams on the East could win though. That's the thing.
Right.
That's 4 teams.
So
That's only 4 wins.
So did the Eastern Conference not?
That's
win
11
the NBA
losses.
championship this year?
Right.
That's 11
Did I miss
losses.
something? Did the Eastern Conference not win the NBA championship this year? That's not a thing.
They did.
All right then. So the top heavy teams in the East could win. It's not their fault.
That's 4 teams.
So what?
That means they're gonna lose 11 times.
So
That
I
mean,
mean,
that
hold
means
on.
the East
So
is trash.
hold on.
The
How
whole
we
thing.
how are you looking at this then? So because it's only one team from the East and one team in the West that's going to ultimately play in the finals. That's how I'm looking at it.
Right.
It doesn't matter like how many teams in the
on
West.
the
It's
way
only
there.
one team that's going to come out on top. And
Right.
same thing for the East.
Right.
That's how I'm looking at it. So
I'm looking at it as the East as a whole is trash
whatever.
no. If you
compared to the West.
most teams in the West, every team in the West, if they make it to the finals, if they run into the Sixers, that's not an easy win. Like the
Sixers, the
could
Bucks.
win. The Bucks could
Brooklyn
win.
when they get healthy.
No,
Indiana.
Minnesota will be a 5 seed over there.
That's cool. And
Minnesota don't sniff the playoffs.
what's your point?
Right.
that the East teams is trash.
Okay.
But them teams that barely sneak in the playoffs and stuff, they get outed easy in the East. It's not like what I'm trying to say is like it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect anything. They don't affect anything, so it doesn't matter. Even the teams in the second half of the Western Conference, ultimately when it comes down to playoff basketball, they get washed for the most part. They'll put up a fight and win 1 or 2 games, but they're not. It's not really a thing like.
But it's a walk for the top teams in the East.
Yo, X,
it's
let
a
me
walk.
get a little bit closer to the mic for me.
Okay.
There we go.
It's a super walk for the top teams in the East to get to the finals, to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a walk. Like you got legitimate Western Conference Final matchups in the second round.
You do too in the East.
In the East, right?
Where?
That Philly-Toronto series is the best series of the whole playoffs. What are
was.
you talking about?
Not in the whole playoff.
Yes, it was.
Nah, y'all trash.
What series was
Y'all
better
should have
than
won
that?
that shit.
What series? Oh, so it makes it a bad series.
y'all should have won that shit. Y'all niggas suck.
We the one that we the one team in the whole conference final in the whole playoff structure that gave Toronto the best run.
Yep.
Including the Warriors, including Milwaukee. We the only team that's
Milwaukee
won
went
7.
up 2-0.
They dog walked Milwaukee. That was terrible.
Yeah, they put Kawhi on Giannis. That shit was over.
They put hands on him.
That shit was bad. I was like, damn, he doing Giannis like that? That's when they did it for me for Kawhi. I was like,
right.
shit.
It's like, oh, he different for real.
You already know how I felt about Kawhi before. That just solidified it for me. I was
Yeah,
like,
and now he in the West.
yeah. Thank God.
I rolled for y'all who couldn't see that shit.
We ain't got to see that boy no more. Speaking of that, man. So, X, I want to get your thoughts on that. Kawhi going to the Clippers along with Paul George, and then just overall with what that team already had with Patrick Beverly, they was able to re-sign him. Landry Shamet, who was a very good rookie last year, and he's going to continue to get better. They got Montrezl Harrell, Victor Zubac,
6 man like Lou Will.
Lou Will. I almost forgot about Lou Will.
Yeah, you can't forget about
And then
Lou.
they got Doc Rivers, one of the best head coaches, coaching them, man. Do you think LA should be favored in the West? The LA Clippers?
It's close. It's close because Doc Rivers. To me, the Lakers have a better roster than the Clippers, but Doc Rivers makes a difference.
Yeah,
Frank Vogel, he's not going to outcoach Doc Rivers.
I agree.
So I'm not mad that they're favored in the West because you got 2 of the top 5 two-way players in the world on the same team. They both could average over 25 a game if they really want to, or they could just decide not to and fucking take turns. And Kawhi can get off, and then he'll let Paul George get off.
Yeah.
But
And then if both of them have a bad game, Lou Will could come
off
in
the bench and
and
drop
give you 30.
Easy 32.
Whenever, yeah,
Easy 30.
He's a walking
That
bucket.
boy from the academy, son.
But Yeah, I'm not mad about it. They got a super good team. It's just crazy to be talking about the Clippers like they could win a championship.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Like,
I mean,
when in your entire life have you ever heard anyone be like, "Oh yeah, the Clippers, they look legit this year"?
the closest we got was when Chris Paul went over there, and it was Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. But even still, like, it's still something missing with that team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, they always got hurt
Yeah, that too.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I mean?
And they always ran into the Warriors too. That's spanking that
always
ass.
Yo, Steph Curry used to make Chris Paul look silly.
Yeah, making them do dance moves, man. He a walking meme.
Yo, he had him left foot on
Walking
green, right hand on blue. Like,
My man was hitting the
that
fucking
shit-
whip, man.
That shit was bad.
Man.
yeah, that shit was mean.
Yeah, the Clippers is looking stacked, man. So
Those are the top two teams to me in the NBA: the Clippers and the Lakers. You could interchange either one.
Oh, and then third is Houston. Facts. I respect
Nah,
that.
I think third is the Sixers, and then fourth is Houston. Those are like the top four teams with me right now.
yeah,
I respect that.
The
Even though you put his bitch ass Sixers ahead of my
Sixers got a
team.
nice roster, man.
They did
Sixers
just
got
get some
a
nice throwback jerseys. Some jerseys is clean.
Oh yeah,
I can't even front that 70s shit. I seen it when he posted. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This white ass dude in a car for? I'm like, what the fuck is this? But then I realized it was a jersey reveal. I was like, oh. And then I actually paid attention to the jersey. I was like, that shit clean. I can't hate.
Sixes
That
and
shit's
four.
clean.
Four, man. We back. With the Lakers though, I'm a little skeptical on them. Like,
Really?
yeah, because don't get me wrong, you got LeBron. Obviously, you know LeBron to me is the GOAT, and still he's performing at a high level. You got Anthony Davis, who's a top 5 player in this league as well. So you potentially got 2 of the top 5 players in the whole NBA. The rest of that roster, though, I'm a little shaky on it. Kyle Kuzma, I like. He's pretty good. But
Kuzma, KCP, Evan Turner.
no, they don't got Turner.
No, who'd they get?
They got Boogie. They got Boogie,
Boogie, right.
Who he looked like shit last year. So we say he comes back this year.
He still averaged 16 and 8 though.
Okay, that's cool. He still looked like shit.
16 and 8.
Average. Listen, points that can be skewed. Numbers can be skewed. He looked like shit, especially in the finals. He's unplayable in the finals.
He looked bad.
That
in
was
the
after,
finals.
but you got to remember that's after the torn quad, and he came back way quicker than expected.
So he got injuries that's building up. That's what I'm hearing from you.
And he's like 29.
Right, and he's big. So he lost some weight though. So we'll see how he bounced back. And then they got JaVale McGee backing him up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Which I think he should start.
I was just about to say.
they
I
got-
would start JaVale McGee.
They got Rajon Rondo, who I think is kind of washed at this point, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
I feel like Rajon Rondo was the same exact player he's always been. I could dribble a lot and I could pass, so I can't shoot.
But I think he kind of lost some of his athleticism as well, and I think he was using that
lost
to his
that first
advantage.
step, yeah.
I
That
think that
little
was
quickness.
right. Who else they got? KCP, you mentioned. Danny Green is solid. That was a nice
That's a
pickup
good
for them.
pickup.
That was a
Yeah.
good pickup. If
That-
it wasn't for the earthquake, then because he was, I told you that story. I told you.
Okay, so then that's pretty much like that. What you say, that core nucleus right there.
Yeah.
My concern with the Lakers is what happens if AD or LeBron goes down. You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't got much depth.
Then Kyle Kuzma got to step up.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's literally it. If one of them goes down, well, or DeMarcus Cousins, but one of them two will have to shoulder the load. If LeBron or AD goes down, that will all fall on Kyle Kuzma or DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Kuzma averaged 19 a game last year. He could easily be a 20-point scorer this year.
They're in a position, the Lakers are in a position where their top 2 players, either one could be the MVP, and it literally is whatever LeBron decides. If LeBron decides that he's just going to feed Anthony Davis and let him get all the accolades and be the MVP, then that's what it's going to be. Or LeBron could just be like, nah, I'm about to be on shit, and he could win MVP.
I think that Anthony Davis, LeBron pick and roll can definitely be dangerous, especially in crunch time. That's
Yeah.
going to be legit. But like my concern with them is that crunch time lineup. Because who do you put in when it's like 5 minutes left? It's a close game. So is it like what, LeBron, Danny Green, Kuzma, AD, and Boogie? It's like that's the 5-man lineup you're gonna roll with to kind of close out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what you got to do.
Okay.
Who
That's
else?
hella O. that's hella
right,
O.
Right. There's
That
no
offense,
defense.
that's
There's
a
no
lot
defense.
of O on that. Yo,
But who would you like? What, are you
Ooh-wee.
going to put KCP in over Danny Green in crunch time? Like, probably not.
I don't know. Danny Green didn't get a shot in that last game. He did literally. He didn't take a shot.
That's why I like the Clippers over them right now, because like the Clippers, their crunch time defense or lineup they could put in where it's like they can put in Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly, and then you got PG and Kawhi, and then it can run either Harrell or Zubac or whoever you want to have at the 5.
Just
That
imagine
shit is
being-
clamp ups.
Imagine being a